and then kind of back to the, what the podcast content. So a lot of it has, a lot of those episodes go with the goal of the podcast, which is really to dig into some of the lesser discussed aspects of men's wellness, which I think are the mental and the emotional side of things. That's a big reason. I mean, that is the reason why I wanted to start this podcast, is because I wanted to create more of a conversation around these aspects of health that aren't at the forefront of things. There's a lot of reasons for that, but for me personally, I just noticed that my own health was getting to this point where, I've done a lot of stuff with fitness. I've done a lot of stuff with, optimizing my habits, with eating, with sleeping, with stress relief, but just the mental and the emotional side of things for me, it was starting to become very apparent that needed to be addressed in order for me to kind of move forward with my overall mental well-being. And I felt that was a general, I felt that was the sense that I was getting in my conversations with other guys. That was kind of what I was noticing was lacking. So I really wanted to use this podcast, the Better Man podcast, to help create a new framework for what men's wellness meant. And more than just physical, it also meant mental and emotional aspects of well-being. It meant acknowledging that men cannot just soldier on and deny their emotions and just do their duties and work and shut up and just grind and and do everything without complaining, because it's an outdated way of thinking. I so many guys, I think, are just pretending that they don't have emotions and just shoving their emotions back down. And that was me for a really long time. I just did what I thought I needed to do. I didn't complain about it. I kind of stuffed a lot of things down, and then they would come out really intensely. Something that wouldn't have, bothered me that much would push me over the edge. And all of a sudden I was yelling. I just had a lot of anger. And so I realized for me that this was mainly from a repression of emotions, of not having certain conversations. And so again, the Better Men podcast is a goal to help men reframe what we think of as the optimal man, so to speak, or kind of reimagining, redesigning values that men have, so that we can incorporate more of a focus on mental and emotional well-being. Hope you enjoyed that. Click over here if you want to watch another clip from the podcast. If you haven't subscribed, click over here to subscribe and check out full episodes on any major podcasting platform, full video episodes on the Better Man Podcast YouTube channel.